Hey folks, this is Harrison, and I felt like ranting a little bit tonight because it's been a lot of dancing lately, and I met a lot of amazing people, right? But today I went to couch surfing, and the reason I wanted to do this rant is because I always when I tend to talk to a new person, you always get in the conclusion that you want to always say your opinion of something based on that it's the right one, right? But I figured that I want you to give the nugget that basically why I always value that you work with yourself, your self-awareness, much better than anything else that you do, right? Because when you work on your self-awareness, you become more aware of why other people act the way they are, right? And you will also know that that just because other people think different doesn't mean that you're right and they're wrong, right? That is something really valuable in that, because like when you talk to someone, like a new person that comes into your life, right? You need to be able to find yourself in a position where you should empty your mind and listen to that person and understand, like, we all have different needs, different beliefs within us, right? We come from different values and we have different beliefs, meaning every information that we have about ourselves and about what is right and wrong, it's based on the knowledge that we gather for until today, right? So it doesn't matter what kind of age you are today. The age you are today, it's based on the knowledge that you had, like through all this year. What kind of books do you read? What kind of school did you go to, right? But you need to understand that when you are communicating, because we are always communicating with other people, right? We always try to sell something, and it's not that you want to sell something. It's you should like listen to that person and understand that they always come with a different belief. Like everybody is different, right? So take these basic things. Like if you take a person from the street that have never lived in an apartment before, and you just throw them into an apartment, they will never know how to use the toilet, right? They will never understand that they actually can go to the toilet instead of doing whatever they're doing in the elevator and stuff like that. We don't know, like, what is common sense to you and me might not be common sense for someone else. And that is really valuable when you come and when you meet a new person, right? It's always. But the thing is about, I believe that you learn that, Amy, I believe that you learn that Jasmine is about the other person, not you. You learn that when you create the self-awareness about yourself, right? I know that it's really noisy out there, and we tend to learn so much about other people. We tend to put everyone in a certain, we want to label things, right? We want to label people, like you're a doctor, you're a teacher, and you're a mom, and you're a dad. But so when we are label people, we are forgetting the beauty in the communication. We are judging people based on their labels, and I believe that when we start doing that, we actually losing ourselves, because we are forgetting the first, like the biggest meaning about that. We are all striving from love, right? We should always strive to think with love, meaning with a sense of understanding. And you will always come to the sense of understanding when you work with yourself from a place from love. Meaning, what is love? Love is an emotion, right? It's a strong emotion. It's a feeling that you don't have judgment. You're not afraid. You come from a place with no fear. There's no anxiety. There's no stress. There's just you're just thankful in each moment, in each meeting that you're meeting a new person. You are coming from a thankful place. That's when you can start communicating and give something back for value, right? and you will start. Of course, when you are in that place, you are aware of your state of mind, right? You are controlling yourself. In a way, you're controlling yourself to let go of all that is judging, putting labels like, okay, you are a teacher and Benz, you're like this, or if you're a doctor, you're like this, right? It's just type of labels that we have. But when you meet someone, like, understand that the meeting, it's always to, either you want to feel good or you want the person that you meet to feel good, right? So it's always an exchange, an exchange of energy. So if you keep this in mind, my friend, you will learn so much, and you will gain so much from every new meeting that you will have. Probably tomorrow, I don't know, we are in different time zone. That's why I chose to create this video really late, because I tend to, my friends all around in the US, they tend to be awake in this time. And in Sweden it's around it's 11:45 night, right? So I'm going to sleep soon. And if you've been following my feed, I've been dancing so much. Yesterday I went to a really amazing house party with live band. I danced. It wasn't so much space, but I understood. I want to give you a new nugget. When I was dancing in the small space, I started to realize that sometimes you got more space and sometimes you needed to give more space to the other person. It was a global understanding in that room, at least as a dancer, right? Because you were dancing with someone and you saw that, like, in one moment you could just stand still in one spot, right? And I want to come to the conclusion that to dance, it is a certain communication always, right? Because you don't want to bump into people. So when you're really crowded, in a crowded situation, you learn to adapt. It depends if you're a good dancer, or if you're a good dancer, you tend to take care of other people around you, right? You dance with respect, not only for the girl that you're dancing with, but for your friend, for your fellow neighbor, right? So the communication is always giving and taking, and I felt inspired to rant about this. I will answer all your questions later. Judging people in a good way. So if we want to learn how to stop judging, my friends, we need to come from a place of love, right? With a sense of thankfulness about ourselves. You need to start digging yourself to learn about yourself. How do you work? Or do you tend to be a person that thinks that you're always right? You need to understand we have different beliefs. And if you don't challenge yourself, you will have your own beliefs. If you're lucky, I don't believe actually in so much luck, but if you are, say, lucky, right? And you go through life and you have a really good mentor, like parents that really teach you the lessons of life, like if you have a parent that is like Dalai Lama or something, you are lucky, right? But we tend to grow up with people that are lost, and like our parents, they do the best they can with the information that they have, but but we learn, right? We have our own metaphor and we learn. Like my dad, when I talk to him right now, I can see that life have teach him the hard way, but he have learned a lot of beautiful things, because when he tend to always speak in metaphor. Like the last time I saw him, my dad doesn't live in the same town, so I don't meet him so often. But our last meeting was really beautiful, because we had a deep conversation, and he said something about his brother, my uncle, that he tend to look so tired, right? Because he's eating all the time the problems. He's eating all the challenge that you get. He's eating them. And my dad said, like, I keep myself young and fresh and like vital because I don't eat my problems. And that is a good metaphor, because if you distance yourself from your challenge, like you go through your day and you get a phone call, or you get some notification that is quite negative, but you can distance yourself from it means you can work yourself around it. You can find a solution much better, instead of just jumping in and eating all the problems, right? You will get tired. It will steal your energy. So if you can distance yourself a little bit, and you can position yourself in a better spot, and ask a better question, you will learn to understand the awareness within you, and you will come much farther in life. You will encounter any problems, any situation that you can. If it's in work, in relationship, you will understand the situation. You will come to a conclusion, to a solution much better. So that's what I wanted to give. I can rant for hours. I know I have a few friends here. I'm gonna answer all your questions later. I just so inspired because I met so many new people, right? And the last thing I want to give you, it's we were eating, right? We went with a couple of friends from new friends that I met on a couch surfing event this evening, and one of the girls she's vegan, right? And I was eating meat today, and I don't eat meat that often, right? But sometimes when I order meat, I eat meat. Like if you make your study, like if you are a vegan, means you are educating yourself with the knowledge that to be a vegan, it's the best solution. And if you eat meat, you should never ever go against the person, like an attack, say that why don't you eat meat, right? Because we do based on the knowledge that we think it's right? If you are raised eating meat, you believe that is healthy. But if you feel in a way, if you go through life and you tend to dig deep about what do you want to eat in order to feel good, and you start to understand that if you cut on the meat and you eat more vegetables and you turn around and you find yourself having more energy, you get a new mindset about what is right or wrong, right? So it's hard to. It was really interesting to meet all these people and to have this. Well, it became a short conversation when a few argue with each other because about if it's right to be a vegan, to teach your kid to eat vegan and la la la. And I stopped the conversation because for me it's really important to understand that every person is coming from different perspective, different beliefs, what is right and wrong, right? But if you want to prove your point, if you want to argue with it, try to be vegan for 6 months. Then you can start to see if it's right or wrong, right? But you need to go take those steps, learn about it before you can open yourself and say something negative about it, right? That's when you start the awareness that, okay, I have my way of expressing, but maybe that's not the best way, right? You can go back and you can say, like, this is me, I'm doing this, and with the respect that it might not be the right way, but at least I'm challenging myself and I'm trying this, and I can take a few steps back and I can say, sorry, it's my fault too that I express myself that way. I should know better, right? But it's an awareness. It's an awareness that you are human, meaning you're always going to say something strange, and it will offend someone, right? Because we have different beliefs and different values in life. So I can rant for hours, but I just missed you all. I haven't been doing my videos lately, and tonight it tend to be a focus on a very deep topic, right? When it comes to vegan, a lot of people, they react like, I eat meat, it's the right way and stuff like that. You should always make your study. You can go into everything, right? You can go dig into everything, and you go as you learn, right? But understand that you should focus more on yourself. Learn more about who you are and why do you have those beliefs that you have. If you want to achieve something, focus. Put your energy on you. It's not about I will come in a little bit on the selfishness. I'm gonna create another video about that. But if you focus more about your selfishness, you need to understand that you need to take those steps to love yourself, to support yourself, to lift yourself up, because you will never understand what you are able of doing, how you are able to stretch yourself to become something more than you are today, if you don't challenge your mindset right today. And it is scary. It is very scary. It is scary to wake one day and say that, wonder if everything I know today, maybe it's wrong tomorrow, right? It is scary to wake up with that thought, knowing that everything that I know, that I've learned so far, might be wrong information to take to the future, right? Maybe it's not helping me. Maybe it's not positioning me to the future Harrison that I want to see. Because I want to give you something more. I feel inspired, so I'm gonna rant. If you guys watch an old picture of you, if you watch an old picture, like you can take a baby picture, right? If you look yourself when you were 1 year or 2 year, you're actually looking yourself as your old bodies, right? We go into new bodies all the time, meaning we are always in the change. We are always in the change. So nothing is really. How can you take this life serious if you are in new body all the time, right? It's like you're waking up into a new body. You can watch your picture. You can go into Facebook and you can watch the Facebook reminder from every year. It used to be you, but it's not you, because it's not the same body, right? It looks a little bit like you, but it's a new body. You have more wrinkles, your eyes, like your hair turns white. Some people lose all the hairs, right? We tend to grow in a different way, and we always chasing our old, like a younger body, right? But you need to understand that you do the best that you can, because we're always changing. But you're responsible for loving yourself for the changes that you are coming. Because when I look at myself, if I look myself when I was 18, there was an old body, right? When I was 5 years old, that was one of my first bodies that I was into, right? But my spiritual being, it's always the same. It's always growing, right? This is just a meat vessel that I'm using to experience this life, this journey. I'm getting into a little bit deep spirituality here, but if you talk about self-awareness, you cannot talk about self-awareness if you're not stepping onto your beliefs, your values, because they're all based on spirituality, about your core self, who you really are, right? It's not that when you ask yourself, who are you? Oh, well, my name is Harrison and I'm born from Brazil. But before that, what was you before you were born, right? Like, where did you resonate from? What kind of the energy that you have today, where does it resonate from? What kind of source, right? Is the source called God or Allah or whatever you name, wherever you label, you understand me? Wherever you label that source, it's up to you. And if it makes you feel good, you're happy, right? And it is your journey. But never judge someone's beliefs just because you think your beliefs is the right one, right? That's why you should always dig on yourself. What kind of source do you resonate from? Like, do you see yourself? Do you appreciate this body that you have today? Right? Because it's always changing to tomorrow. I can always go to the gym and build myself to look like Hulk, right? If I want to look, I can paint myself green. But it takes a lot of work. But I'm still gonna get older and older, right? But I can eat different, I can feel different, I can get more energy. That's self-awareness, my friend. Okay? I'm gonna put some tango. If you don't appreciate tango, I see you next time, okay? This is a journey we all need, and you guys know, right? You know what I'm talking about, because we are different ages. we live in different time zone, we have different beliefs, but in the end we are all human beings. We live in this planet, but we resonate from the same source. We just label that source different. That's how I look. That is my opinion, right? And we come from a source called love. I call it love. Some call it love. God, I call it love, because God is love and love is God, or God is Allah. You can name it as you want, right? It's just a label. The pure source of love, it's the same thing. They're running through all living thing. That's my opinion. Gonna put some tango. I don't know if you like Astor Piazzolla. This is Oblivion. A little bit sad, but it's beautiful, right? So I'm ending up my Sunday with Sun Oblivion. It's been a good weekend. It's been really good. A lot of dance, a lot of laugh. Tomorrow's gonna be awesome Monday, right? I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna train Taekwondo tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go and dance in the evening. It's gonna be awesome. It's like, if you ever wonder what you should do, if you ever wonder what you should do to have the best Monday ever, the secret is simple, for me at least. It is to position, to do yourself a favor and do something that you love on a Monday. You will look up to that day as it was better than a Saturday, right? You will create Mondays as the best day ever, because you have made it so, right? You're responsible for that, my friend. You can have a lot of excuses that you don't have time, that you have 100 kids pulling your legs, right? That's your excuses. You can always read about other parents that have 100 or 200 kids pulling their legs, but they still manage to live happy. So what is your excuse now, right? Where is your source? Where is your source, my friend? Think about it. This is some deep talk tonight, and sooner or later you need to go deep, right? I have Kristen, Annette, Eder. Thank you, man. I'm always keeping and spreading light. Doing my best, right? Payam, my Taekwondo friend. It's awesome seeing your kicks, man. You have really good skills. You should definitely come back and train. I have from Kenya. Appreciate you, man. Awesome. Liking. If you missed something, my friends, if you missed today's rant, you can always go back. And if you feel that this has some kind of value for you, because it is deep. When you talk about self-awareness, it is deep. It's talking about self-awareness is pushing on those sensitive spots on yourself, right? So if you need someone, if you believe someone needs to hear this, someone that seems to be a little bit lost in life, you can send this video, like, and maybe they get something to think about. Maybe my videos can plant a seed in your mind for you to understand that you are greater than you think you are, that you are able for greatness, right? I believe so. Because I made my shift, right? I made my shift and I chose this path. There's no going back, and I appreciate the person I am. I do my best as I can as a human being. I always challenge myself my English is getting better, it's improving. I love working from a place of love. I really love. Now I'm using a lot of I am, and it's an affirmation. That will be another video. It's powerful to speak good into your life. I am good, I am beautiful, and all this, because this is self-awareness. Self-love is the cure to self-hate, my friends. Okay, I will end this rant. I appreciate all of you that have stayed. I think this is gonna be like 20 minutes. I don't know, but I appreciate you all. I will get back later, and we will keep on digging into things that might make that shift for you, right? That might take your life to the next level, because your life would come to the next level based on your ability to shift your mindset. When you learn to see problem as challenge and so on, you will take your life into the next level. When you learn to be self-aware that what you eat is how you feel, you will take your life into the next level. When you learn that in order for you to learn a new skills, you apply by you learning from someone that is already doing what you want. If you're having more money or building a system, there's a lot of people out there you can learn from, right? There's systems, but you need to apply it by learning. You need to learn this, and if you get a nugget, you are on your way. It will take you to the next level, and sooner or later you will have to climb the mountain of self-awareness, meaning you need to meet the spirituality. If it's believing in God, Allah, wherever, you need to stay true to the core self, work from love, right? What kind of beliefs do you have? What kind of values do you have? For me, I had a big problem. Tonight I'm actually opening myself a lot, but it's a journey, right? I'm meant to do this. For me, I can tell you a little bit quick that I was raised Catholic, but I have a really strong beliefs when it comes to the word God, because I was raised with people using the word God as an excuse. So it got the word God got a negative trigger within me. So every time I hear a priest talk about God here and God there, and people using God as an excuse, this is the typical excuse that I hear. If God wants to, it will be, right? It's like I will sit on my couch and wait for a burning bush or a signal or something for God to give me the green light for me to actually take my life and to the direction that I want. That is a huge excuse in my ears, because if I believe that if God is the Almighty, if you use God as a label, it's the force, right? And if you find that God is some kind of excuse, don't use God as an excuse. God is love, you are love, right? In a strange way, my friend, you are stardust. You are you are God itself. You are one way God. You are love. So use it as a strength. Call it whatever you want. If it's Allah, you are a piece of it. You are magnificent, just the way you are. You have so much beautiful within you. But as I said in a previous video, you're probably more afraid of the light than you are of death, because light, it's scary, because light is stepping into your best you. Means you challenge yourself, you challenge your own beliefs, right? You're stepping into your light, and that is scary, because meeting yourself means that you are confronting your own beliefs, and that is scary. We do anything in this life. We even take drugs, we smoke, we buy clothes, we distract ourselves. We do anything in this life to escape our true self, because to meet ourselves, it is scary. But my friend, it is the only way, right? There's no other way. So this is me digging deep into all kind of deep topic, but I'm gonna end this video. Hope you appreciate the tango that I had. Appreciate y'all. Take care. This is probably my longest rant. This is Walk with Harrison. Getting emotional and deep, and it's the best way to end a Sunday, I think. Don't you think so? Comment below. Lot of love. Talk to you guys later. Appreciate y'all. Bye bye.